What is up, marriage ascenders? I just wanted to jump on live and share a few things that have been on my mind lately. Kind of want to give a recap of what Jojo and I have going on coming up so far, and I just want to share some of the things that we've got coming up, and want to share some of the things that are happening with us. And so Jojo and I, we had a fantastic end of 2020 doing spending time with the kids and with our family, and so we're grateful for that. And I just want to jump on for a minute today to have a quick chat. So Jojo and I, we are relaunching our Strong Business, Stronger Marriage podcast on January 13th. I would love for each of you to subscribe and like and review and download on January 13th that podcast so we can help it get a greater reach for entrepreneurs who are married. And so I'm specifically talking to the man of my Strong Business, Stronger Marriage Facebook group, but anyone that wants a strong marriage, that desires to have a strong business and a strong marriage, these tips will apply to you. Jojo and I, we also have a interactive marriage event coming up on February 19th and 20th. So stay tuned for those details there. But I was on a call earlier today with an individual that I love dearly, means a lot to me and my family. He's helped us with a lot. He's just been an individual I've grown to love a lot over the last year and a half, 2 years, because of the impact he's had in my home. But think about this. As an entrepreneur, you guys are the coach. You kind of keep things in order. You're the head coach for your business and for the people that you're serving. So those that are live, share with me your comments, and so I can give you a shout out. Right now, I can only see the comments that are coming through as a StreamYard Facebook user. So show me the comments so I can see who is with me and who is joining. But to continue, what I was saying is that think of yourself as the head coach in your business and in your family, in your home. How many times as the coach do you make a game plan and then you stick to the game plan and that's great? Yeah, sometimes that happens, but usually when we have a game plan, we have to make some adjustments. Think about yourself as the coach of your home. Think about yourself as the head coach of your business, and think about yourself as the coach in the NFL. Think about when the quarterback or anyone comes off the field, they go straight to the bench, they go get the tablet, and they start to look out what happened, what the play was, what the coverage was, and what adjustments can they make, what in-game adjustments can you make. And now think of yourself as a coach of a recreational youth football team. Think of yourself as coaching 3 different teams, 3 different age groups. So you have the coach of your home is one team, the coach of your marriage as the second team, and the coach for your business, both your team and your staff there, but also the clients you serve in your business. If that each different age group, the practice plan cannot be the same for both. We really have to pay attention and take the time to really meet the needs of our players, the team members on our team, the people that we're coaching. So think about that with yourself. Are you a coach that sets a game plan and then you go from it, you don't deviate from that game plan? Or are you a coach that is willing to listen to the advice of your team and really get that input? So think about back to this 3 recreational teams. If you have your practice scheduled and you said, okay, we're going to do 20 minutes on this drill, running these plays, and you're getting to the point where your young athletes are really starting to get the hang of it, but need a few more reps to really be confident with it. Are you going to be willing to be flexible enough to spend another 2 or 3 or 5 more minutes to really meet the needs of your team? Or you're going to blow the whistle and move on to the next thing and potentially leave your athletes, your players behind and miss an opportunity for growth? Think about that in your marriage. If you're the coach, the assistant coach in your marriage as the entrepreneur. You and your spouse are equal assistants, equal head coaches, whatever it might be. But think about it in your marriage. Are you having the conversations? Are you talking about what's going well? What are we doing well? Where do we need some in-game adjustments? Are you having those conversations? When things are challenging, are you just ignoring them? Or are you having those conversations? And then think about it as a business owner. When your team, when the players on your team, as a business owner, when they come to you saying this is not working well, or I think this would be better, do you take the time to listen? And I think the answer is probably yes. As an entrepreneur, as a coach of your business, you probably do take that time to listen to the input of your team players, those that have a direct connection and relationship with the clients or customers that you serve. But a lot of us don't coach enough, don't make those in-game adjustments in our home. And what I mean by those in-home adjustments, let me share a story with you. So my 5-year-old son, Easton, he's just a lovely little one. He's wild. He loves to have fun. He loves to be silly. But we adopted him through foster care, and he has some speech delays and some learning delays as well. And so his speech is really impaired. And one day he came to me, had my door open. I was working on stuff in the business, and he grabbed my hand and he said very clearly, "Daddy, will you play blocks with me?" And he walked me into his room, and we played blocks for 20 minutes. And it was so exciting for him because he talked slow. His speech was very clear, and I very clearly heard the words, "Daddy, will you play blocks with me?" A complete sentence, a sentence that was clear for the first time. He does talk in clear sentences, and I truly understand him, but a lot of other people don't. But this time, he had such a need and desire that he asked me. His speech was perfect, and I such a 10 because I was able to spend 20 minutes and 15, 20 minutes and play blocks with him. I was able to put my um, coaching game plan aside to better meet the needs of my players, my family members. And this is something that he really talked about for several days after, and it was several months ago by now, and he still talks about it. And I'm not trying to put myself at on a pedestal or ahead of anyone, but that's just an example of what it's like when we take the time to listen to our team, listen to the members of our family that matter most. I nearly said, "Not right now, buddy. Let's do it later." So this is much a reminder to me as it is to anyone that sees this about the need to go slow, to slow down so we really can identify and understand and see the needs of our family. My son, had I said no to him, we probably would not have played blocks that day. It would not have been a special thing for him, but it was just me and him. It was his moment to shine with just daddy, just me and him. No other distractions. And with 5 kids, sometimes there can be a need to kind of compete to try to get my time or Jojo's time or just to get the attention that they seek after. Even though we are very intentional about giving our time and making sure the kids have one-on-one time, there's times with the needs of my children that they want an increase in one-on-one time, and I'm willing to give that to them. And I challenge you also to be willing to give that one-on-one time to your family. So think about that. Coaching the coach. Do you ever allow your family to come to you with their concerns, their needs, their recommendations for you in the business, in the home? Or are you coach that blows the whistle and on to the next task? Regardless of where you are, there's an opportunity for change. And so if you're the coach that's really strict and on a structure, I would really challenge you to allow yourself to have a few extra minutes to really allow your children to come to you. Or I would challenge everyone to build an environment where they have established a safe place that their children or their spouse desires to come talk to them. As an entrepreneur, I challenge you to have an environment that your team desires to come to you. Anybody that has solutions that can make things better, I challenge you to spend the time to listen to that advice. As an NFL coach, their job heavily relies on the players. If the players are not performing, then the management often has to fire the coach and try to bring in someone that will produce. And that's the same thing with us in our home. We're not going to necessarily be fired, but if we're not taking the time for our children and our spouse emotionally, we might get fired. We might lose that connection with our spouse, with our children. We might be on the hot seat. They might be looking for a replacement. And what I mean by that is if our children, our spouse is not emotionally connected to us because we're too aggressive or we blow the whistle too frequently onto the next task and don't give them time to think or to speak up and to enjoy my time. So think about that when I talk about your spouse or your children might move on. Think about bringing in the next coach who they need to hire. That moving on for children can be shutting down and feel like that their daddy doesn't have time for them. So when they do have a need, they don't come to you. It could be a decrease in that emotional connection with your spouse, and that can bring up some significant conflict and struggles there. And so think about those kind of things. Are you truly allowing your players to coach the coach? As the coach, we think we have to have everything figured out and everything in order because we're in charge, and that's what matters. But I would challenge you to allow your players to coach the coach. We all have room for improvement. We all have the ability to be more and do more and become more. And I challenge you to be more so your impact can be greater, because the bigger the impact you have at the home, the bigger your impact will begin to be as an entrepreneur. So some of the things that I really challenge you to do is just to make those in-game adjustments. When there is a need, make sure you have the ability to address the needs of your family without putting them off. Make sure you are that coach that sits down with the NFL quarterback with a tablet and making those in-game adjustments. Allow your spouse, your children to come sit by you when you're trying to figure out or plan or brainstorm things in the business. The more you can involve your family, the more you can involve your team as the leader, as the coach, the better you will be. So that is what I have for you today. For those of you who are not in the Strong Business, Stronger Marriage Facebook group, come join us there. This is specifically for them or any men that listen, but it's broadcast also onto YouTube and my personal profile. So come join us in the Strong Business, Stronger Marriage Facebook group on January 13th. Like, subscribe, and review to the Strong Business, Stronger Marriage podcast on iTunes, and then stay tuned for the details on February 19th and 20th for a couples interactive workshop that Jojo and I will be putting together. But just remember that Jojo and I are here for you. We want 2020 to be a year of growth, of impact. We want the impact in your home and in your business to increase. We want the profits in your home and in your business and in your marriage to increase. So when I talk about profits, talking about in the business, it would be money, but the profits in the home and in the marriage would be the joy, the memory, the fulfillment that you get to keep. So you keep the money and profits in your business. The profits in your home are the relationships that are fulfilling, that are deep memories, different connections. And so that is what I challenge you to do. Do more, become more. So 2020 is a year of growth, a year of impact. First, have that impact in your home, and then have that impact for the customers, for the clients, for the couples or a family, whoever it is that you serve as an entrepreneur. Have that impact in the home, and then allow that growth and progress in the home to grow and produce and help you become more for the clients that you serve. So that is what I have for you today. Stay tuned for the podcast and details for the virtual event, but also come join us in the Strong Business, Stronger Marriage Facebook group. We are developing a community where entrepreneurs who have a desire to strengthen their marriage and have a thriving marriage and thriving business can collect and collaborate and work together. So come Join us on the inside and become a marriage ascender. Marriage ascender is the term that we use for the tribe in our Facebook group. And we talk about being a marriage ascender, to ascend, to move, to go up, to go higher, to elevate. Come ascend your marriage, come ascend your business, come ascend your life personally, and be the husband, the father that you want to be. And that's what I have for you today on Men Chat Monday. Join me next week and we will chat more about whatever topic is on my mind or something that I feel that will be able to have a great impact in your relationship. Because as a man, you have a responsibility to be a provider in your home, to take care of your spouse, to take care of your children, to build an environment where they feel loved, where they feel supported, and where they feel like they are protected and safe. And so as a man, we have work to do. All of us, we can rise and elevate our game together, but have that impact in your home, increase the impact in your home, be present, be intentional, and serve selflessly. With that, I love you guys and let me know how I can help. But Jojo and I, we appreciate each of you, and come join us and grow and strengthen your family, your marriage, and your business.